To Rulebook Rundown. My name's Cloud Art, and I'm joined once again by Blunderbutt up here. And today we are going to be going back into Marvel Champions. It's been like a year since we've played this, so really looking forward to it. So today we're going to be going up against Kang the Conqueror. He has his own mod pack, or his own scenario pack, and Blunder hasn't played it yet, so he doesn't know what to expect. It's so exciting because it's my favorite. We are also using the new Standard 3 set instead of Standard 1. This one came in the Age of Apocalypse box. It is like slightly souped up cards from the base Standard, but not as crazy as Standard 2. And it will have Shadows of the Past, good news, is not in this set.
Woo!
That's good, right?
We like that.
Yeah, it's going to be fine.
I saw that.
Okay, no, nothing. So I am playing Penny Parker and Spider, or the Spider suit, and Blunder, you've got Iceman, right?
Mr. Bobby Drake, aka Iceman, one of my
old
favorite X-Men of all time.
Bobby Drake. That's awesome.
Super excited. Super excited.
All right. So let's get into this. Kang is starting with 24 health. We got that up here. And he starts with a toughness. He schemes for 1, and he has what am I doing? He has an attack of 2 and a forced interrupt of when Kang attacks, or when Kang attacks you, either place 1 threat on the main scheme, or he gets +2 attack for this attack. Brutal. When he's defeated, we advance the main scheme to stage 2 at the end of the phase. All right. So we're starting with Kang's Arrival. We do have the default temporal set in here. And at the setup, we're putting all the other Kang stuff aside. And we have removed our obligations from the deck. And we shuffled the encounter deck. Okay, yes. So, Kang's Arrival. Kang believes that by defeating Earth's mightiest heroes, the rest of the planet will submit to his rule. So when revealed, we deal each player an encounter card. So I will get an encounter card. I'll put Blunder's encounter cards over there. And if this stage is completed, the players lose the game. So it starts with 0 threat on it. And at the start of the villain phase each turn, it'll be 1 per player goes on here. So 2 threat will be going on here on his turn each turn. And if we get to 14, then we lose. So there we go. And we start off with an encounter card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've been shuffling for the past half an hour probably of these decks, so I'm just gonna go here.
Yep.
Penny Parker on her alter ego side has a max hand size of 4, so I have a whole 4 cards. These are not great ones to start with. I'm gonna mulligan 2 cards and draw into these 2. All right.
Okay. Bobby starts with 6.
6 cards.
All my allies.
All right. You doing any mulligans, or are we going? I just realized I don't have a first player token. All right, we're gonna use Scarlet Witch as the first player token to denote.
I'm gonna mulligan Mr. Colossus because he's expensive.
Okay.
And we'll mulligan. Look at Professor X as well. I'm gonna get rid of all of them, I think.
Now, are you using a pre-con thing, or is this a constructed deck?
This is constructed with pool.
Oh.
So I got some pool cards in here, and I think the basis of the build is to constantly ready.
Okay.
So the idea is that I have cheap cards that are helping me ready. But the kind of the kicker of this build is there's not a lot of energy cards in Iceman's, like, there's not a lot of resources, so I packed a bunch of like genius, strength, What's the other one?
Energy.
Energy. And then like 2 of the pool ones or all 3 of the pool ones where you get 3 energy based on your health. So,
Okay.
so yeah, it's really based on X-Men trait and when allies enter play is what we're kind of
What are you shooting for?
Yep.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, I guess I can start off with the first token. Penny's setup is to put the spider suit into play in active side face up, which is what we are at here. And her alter ego action is maintenance. I can exhaust the spider suit to draw 2 cards. There we go. Now I'm back up to 6. Alright. So I'm going to start off by flipping over to hero side. When this flips to this side, I also flip the spider suit. And then this becomes an upgrade. And spider suit is the hero, essentially, now. Spider suit's ability of sync ratio, I can exhaust an interface upgrade that I control to generate that upgrade's resources. So it's going to be neat, and we'll love it. I'm going to use Clear the Area to put Speed Metal Alloy into play. That's another interface thing. I can exhaust this when I'm defending to get +2 defense. Cool. Or when I'm on hero side, I can spend it as a resource. That's pretty neat. I'm going to spend this as a resource for all systems go. I'm going to choose one as a hero action. I can either ready each interface upgrade I control, or I can search my deck and discard pile for an interface upgrade and add it to my hand. I'm going to do that, because that is building up the kit for my character. Based on the cards that are in my hand, I think I'm going to go for the Web Fluid Compressor here. So I'll reshuffle all this. This will go in my hand. And then I don't really need to be readying right at the moment, so I'm going to spend this one and a Limitless Stamina to put Web Fluid Compressor into play. It's another interface that can be used as an energy, and when I can exhaust it when I attack to get +2 attack. Kind of see where this is all going. So then I'm going to exhaust that to put Spider Command into play. As a hero action, I can exhaust this and an interface upgrade to draw a card, or I can exhaust this and discard a card from my hand to ready an interface upgrade. Right now, I don't need to ready any of them. I think I will hold on to Limitless Stamina for next turn. So that is going to be me. I am finished.
Okay. I haven't played a spider, so I believe every word you say. Oh, man, it's been a while. Okay. Let's get our upgrades out here. So we're going to spend 2 resources to get Forge out. After Forge enters play, search your deck and discard pile for an X-Men or X-Force support and add it to your hand. So we're looking for X-Jet would be good. Avengers Mansion. We're not going to do that. I think X-Men... Actually, Avengers Mansion is not an X-Men card, so we cannot do that. It's the X-Jet. Okay. That enters my hand. We shuffle our deck.
Yeah, I was going to shuffle a little more on your turn.
I miss shuffling these cards with these sleeves. It's so nice.
Right?
They don't get caught on each other. They're smooth. Okay. And then we are going to Do I want to get X-Jet or Utopia out? No, we're going to get X-Jet out. So 1, 2, and 3 to get the X-Jet out, which is a support. Generates. Let's see these here. You're going to need more room.
You may want to put Bobby up top, like next to Forge or something.
I suppose there's going to be minions.
That's going to be your character.
We'll start here. We'll move as we go.
All right.
So X-Jet's in play. Resource, it exhausts. It generates a wild resource for a player whose identity has the X-Men trait. We're going to flip over to Mr. Iceman. We are going to... I don't want to knock anything off him here. Yeah, let's just attack Kang for one to knock the tough off.
Taking off tough.
And then we'll attack with Forge for one.
Do you want to do that in the other order? So Forge takes off the tough.
Yes. And then Iceman will do 2 damage.
And what is Iceman's ability?
Iceman says, when Iceman makes a basic attack or defense against an enemy, attach a set-aside copy of Frostbite to that enemy.
Cool.
Attached. It's permanent. Attached enemy gets -1 scheme and -1 attack. Force response after each enemy activates or leaves play. Set this card aside. So it comes back into my pile.
Yep.
Okay. And that's my go.
Okay. Sounds good. So all of our stuff refreshes. And then we draw to our hand size. I will be drawing 2 more cards.
I will draw 5.
My hand size is 3 on hero form.
That's crazy.
It's fine.
Crazy.
Easy game. Okay. So then up here, we start off with putting 2 threat on the main scheme. Okay.
2 threat.
And then Kang is going to activate against me because I am first player. I'm on hero side, so he's going to attack. So that's a 2.
-1.
-1, yep. And I'm going to have him, when he attacks, I can either place another threat here or give him +2 to the attack. I'm going to give him 1, 2. I'm going to give him +2 to the attack, and I'm going to defend, and I'm going to spend my speed metal alloy, so I am defending for 4, and he is attacking in for 3 and a boost.
Yep.
Okay. And that boost is 3, so he's coming in for 6 pack. I defend 4 and take 2. I'm down to 12.
Yep.
The ice or frostbite goes away because he activated. So now he is attacking you for 2, and you can either add another threat here, which I can clear off on my turn if you do add the threat and not take the extra 2 damage.
Yeah, it's fine. So I'll add 1 to the threat, and then he's coming in at me for 2.
2 and a boost.
2 and a boost.
Or you could have him do +2 attack and throw Forge in front of it.
I haven't played this guy, so I don't know.
Because Forge's ability is enter the battlefield, right?
Yeah, he's done. He's yeah. Let's do that instead. That makes sense. Okay. So back to 2 threat on the scheme.
Okay.
He's gonna hit for 4 and a boost.
Okay.
We're gonna let Forge.
Forge is gonna block it. All right. Here we go. So that boost is another 2. So Forge gets smacked for 6.
He's gone.
Forge is defeated to the discard.
Yep.
There are no other enemies in play, so we now divvy out the encounter cards. 1 goes to me, 1 goes to you. And now we resolve encounter cards, with me being first. Ancient Warrior. This guy, that's how my light keeps getting turned. The kitty comes up and like pushes up against it. Ancient Warrior, yes, you are precious, is a 1/2 with Quick Strike. Oh my goodness. Oh my cats. Alright.
Kitty.
Go right there. Okay. Quick Strike, since I am on hero form, he attacks right away. I can't do anything about that, so I will just take the 2 damage down to 10. And then I have the Chitauri Soldier. He's a 1/1 with 3 health. He has a forced interrupt. When Chitauri Soldier attacks you, discard the top card of the encounter deck and take indirect damage equal to the number of boost icons on that card. Gross. Alright, those are my 2 that are in play. Awesome. And then you have Macrobots. Jeez, I shuffled this a long time too. It has Guard, which means you can't attack the boss directly while this guy's in play in front of you.
Where are these cards? Sorry.
My 2 are from Temporal. Yours is from Kang.
There's that. And I just want to make sure I got yours out here. And then you got Satyrian and Ancient. Chitauri and Ancient. Okay.
Away with you.
I'll put yours over here.
So you've got the Macrobots. It has Retaliate 1, so when we attack into it, if the attack doesn't defeat him, then you take a damage for whoever attacks. And then we've got Manipulated Time Stream. This is a Treachery. When revealed, discard each event from your hand. If no events are discarded this way, this card gains Surge.
Surge.
You have no events in your hand? All right. Surge, then, brings out another Chitauri Soldier. Holy cow.
We got minions.
We got lots of minions. Okay, first player will pass to you.
Okay.
And it's go time.
I'm scared. I am scared. Gain a CP, draw a card.
Yeah, right?
Alright, we gotta make a decision here. Reduce the cost of Angel by 1 if your identity has the mutant or X-Men trait. So he would cost 2. We are going to Mud Turtle. Ooh, champions.
Yeah.
Ooh. So he costs 2. I think we get him out. So Plain Genius. Angel costs 2 because I have the X-Men trait. No interplay effects. And then...
Can't you use X-Jet as a resource?
Yes.
Oh, okay, but yeah, Genius. Yep. Only cost 2. Yep. Cool. Cool.
Then I'm going to... God, Ice Wall's a really good card here. Can't get it out, unfortunately. We're going to exhaust X-Jet for a wild resource. And toss Avengers Mansion to play. My Power Belt gives me 3 hit points. And then I can exhaust Power Belt to generate a wild resource for an ice card. But in this case, I do have an ice card, but it costs 4, so I do not need to really play that right now.
Okay.
So then let's do some attacking here.
I could take out your Macrobots.
Okay.
Without taking Retaliate.
Chitauri Soldier has 3 health. I can ping him with Angel.
Ancient Warrior that is in front of me has 2.
Okay. Let's attack your Ancient Warrior with Angel.
Okay.
He takes a damage. Your guy's gone.
Ancient Warrior is defeated.
And then I will then attack 1. Force interrupt. When Shatari soldier attacks you, discard the top card of the encounter deck. Take indirect damage equal to the number. So it's like a boost card. But you have to take the damage.
Yeah, that sucks pretty bad.
Okay. I think I still bop him for 2.
Okay. So 1 in front of you, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then he gets a card. I think that's my go. I don't need to generate any more resources. So I think what I'll do... Oh, it's for an ice card. Yeah. I was going to say I could divvy my extra to you, but that doesn't work that way. So that is my turn.
Yep. And I am not an X-Man.
You're not an X-Man.
Yep.
Yep.
I am a web warrior. Okay. So I'm going to spend 1 for limitless stamina to ready. And then I'm going to exhaust web fluid compressor to give me +2 attack when I make a basic attack. So I will attack into the macrobots for 4. Dealing 4 damage.
Nice.
So I don't take retaliate because they are defeated.
That was mine, right?
Yes.
That was the only one with 1. Yep. Okay.
Yep. And unfortunately,
This Kang.
these don't super help me right now. So I'm going to flip over. So I'm back here. I can now, when I'm on Alter Ego, I can't use these cards as resources because they are, it's only for her hero form. And then I'm going to just discard these 2 cards. That'll be my turn. But the reason that I'm flipping over is because Kang attacks for a lot when he attacks in, and I want to get set a little bit more first. So instead, we'll just get a little bit of threat on there, but I do have the capabilities of getting rid of a lot of threat at once since I'm Justice type.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for us. So now we go back up here, and he gets 2 more onto the main scheme.
We ready up
Yeah, we ready our stuff and draw our cards.
our cards. Set our boards.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So now he got that. He is activating against you first, and since you're still on hero side, he is attacking for 2. And then do you want him to place a threat on the main scheme, or attack with +2?
So 2, 4, and then a thing. I think this time we do the threat.
Okay. That sounds good.
And then I think I'm just gonna take the damage.
All right. Just eating it. 2 and a boost.
Yeah, because I can't ready up at all. Do I need to though? I'm reading my cards here. Yeah, I'm gonna eat it.
All right. So 2 boosts, so 4 damage.
Yep. Down to 10.
He's scheming against me for 1 plus a star. After this activation resolves, place a pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past. So he's only increasing the threat by 1, but a pursuit counter goes on Pursued by the Past. So now we'll take a quick look at this here. Forced response, after you place a pursuit counter here, if the number of counters here is at least 3 more than the number of players, remove each counter here. So we need to get up to 5 to trigger this.
Yep.
When that happens, if your Nemesis minion is in play, it activates against you. Otherwise, you flip this card over. We'll just leave it at that for now. Now that the villain has activated, then, since you're the active player...
Crying inside.
Yep. The Chitauri soldier here... Ooh, do I have this one? Close. Okay, sure.
That's a good blooper reel.
Yeah,
right
let's not do that. Okay. All right, he is attacking you for 0, but when he attacks you, we discard the top card of the encounter deck and take indirect damage equal to the number of boost icons for that card. So you would declare if you're defending first.
And I think I'm still going to take it.
Okay. All right. So you get Frozen in Time. The boost is this attaches to your identity. So you actually don't take any damage from this activation at all because it's not a boost icon. Okay. Frostbite will still go away because he activated, but you now get Frozen in Time. It attaches to your identity, and it's as a forced interrupt. When attached character would ready, discard this card instead. So it's going to stall your character for a turn.
Where's that? Is that under temporal?
It is in Kang.
Kang. Frozen in Time.
Yep. There's an attachment. All right.
When attached, character would ready, discard this card instead.
Yep.
Interesting. So I could attack and then I don't ready up.
Yep.
Cool. Kind of neat. All right.
My Chitauri soldier is just going to scheme for 1. And he doesn't have any extra bonus for the scheming, just for the attacking.
So we have 7 on the scheme, right?
Yes.
Yep.
There we go. 7 out of 14. All right, so encounter cards. You get the first one, and I get the second one. Your encounter card is Drawing Nearer. It's an obligation. Forced response. After your turn begins, you discard the top card of your deck. You place a 1 pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past for each printed resource icon on that card.
Yep.
As an alter ego action, you can discard an identity-specific card from your hand to discard this card.
I am not an alter ego.
It is just... Yeah, you would have to flip to alter ego and then discard a card. But it doesn't... This obligation does not flip you to alter ego.
Gotcha.
Alright. Mine is another Ancient Warrior with Quick Strike. Quick Strike is only if you're on hero form. I am not, so he does not attack or immediately scheme. But we have another minion out.
What was that card called again? That one I got?
It is Drawing Nearer, and it is from Standard 3.
Oh, okay. I don't have those ready yet. Okay.
Yep. I'll keep it.
So what does that do again? So I was going to say,
yeah. So first player will pass to me. But when after your turn begins, you discard the top card of your deck, and we place a pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past for each printed resource icon on that card.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you have Ancient Warrior again and Chitauri Soldier.
Yes.
Okay, we're good. All right.
Okay. So, I do have a ready in hand. I'm going to exhaust my Spider Suit to draw 2 cards. I'm going to pay 1 for Aunt May and Uncle Ben. As an action for this support, I can exhaust this and discard the top 2 cards of my deck, or the top 3 cards if I'm in alter ego, and I add each spider card discarded this way to my hand. I am going to use that. So I mill 3. Spider-Man, clear the area. Venom. Venom is a spider card. She goes to my hand. It's not really the one I was looking for. 10 here. Let's... need to clear out some of the stuff, unfortunately. So I will not recover, and I'll flip over. Then I'm going to spend 3 using my sync, and then 1 from hand to pay 4 for Venom. And Venom gets +1 thwart and +1 attack for each sim counter on her. And after Venom enters play, place 1 sim counter on her for each resource generated by Spider Suit's sync ratio ability to pay for her. Basically, if I used these, however many of these I used, I put counters on her. So I used 3. So she is now a 4/4 with 3 health.
Wow, interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Then we're going to Web of Life and Destiny. I ignore this card's resource cost if your identity has the Web Warrior trait, which I do. So it costs 0 instead of 3. And as a response, after a Web Warrior ally leaves play, I choose a player, that player draws a card. Cool. So that's just going to sit over there until allies leave play. Venom is the only ally I have, I think, that is not a Web Warrior. So then I'm going to spend 1 for Limitless Stamina to ready. Okay. And then we're going to have Venom thwart 4 off of the main scheme.
Yep.
Because that was getting a little crazy there. And then I'm going to have Spider attack the Ancient Warrior here that's in front of me to defeat him.
You gone.
Yeah. And that is it. That's all I got. So now it is the start of your turn, so you'll discard the top card of your deck.
Yep, it is 1 resource.
1 resource. So we put 1 counter on Pursued by the Past, bringing it up to 2.
Okay. All right. Play some cards. So, I did get Tic-Tac-Toe.
Okay.
I think I feel obligated to put that in. Cost 0. Spend 1 resource of any type. I can move damage from a character to an empty space above, matching the spent resource. If there are 3 damage tokens in a line, deal all damage on this card to an enemy and discard this card. So, it heals and it does damage. So, for example, if I were to play Stepford Cuckoos, which is a mental energy, I would take this damage off Angel and put it on this tic-tac-toe board.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is to fill up a line to do damage. But the kicker here is once you get a full line is when you do the damage. So the idea is you want to spend 2 mental, 2 strength, 2 energy, and then max out 1, so that way you do 2, 4, 6, 7 damage. Is the idea. So we'll see how that goes. But we got that out. Then let's see here. Let's exhaust. I want to get Ice Wall out. Ice Wall's nice.
Is that the one that prevents like 8
8
damage?
Damage,
For
yeah.
the team.
For the team.
That's pretty good.
Stepford Wives. Sorry.
It's an interesting movie.
Stepford Cuckoos stops treachery cards, which is pretty good. It just stops the card itself. You still have to draw another encounter card, but
Okay.
I kind of want to punch some dudes. So let's do... I don't know if Ice Wall's going to make it. It's exhaust X-Jet for a wild resource because I'm an X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And exhaust
Belt for an ice card.
Yeah. Exhaust X-Jet and nope, it's too much. No, it's the perfect amount. And energy to get Cuckoos out. It's a support. Then we'll exhaust the belts for Ice Wall, unfortunately. But before I do that, I'm going to attack Kang for 2.
All right. Kang's down to 20.
Yep. And then I'll play Arctic, playing reducing it by 1, playing Ice Wall for the other energy. Sorry, we gotta attach a dude. Frostbite to Kang after my hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then Arctic attack, deal 6 damage to an enemy with a frostbite attached. So another 6.
Nice.
Brings them to 14. And then Angel will ping my Shituri soldier for... Are you good with your soldier, or do you want me to...
Yeah.
I can hit him for 2.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well,
I can handle mine. Well, I
Okay.
can't do anything about it, but I'd rather have one of them gone rather than both of them hurt.
Yep. So Angel will take a damage to take out my soldier.
Okay.
He's dead. Shituri is temporal. Goes in that pile. Yep. That's all my cards. And then I am good.
Now could be a good time for you to flip.
That's right, I can still flip. Okay.
To then potentially discard drawing nearer on the next turn, just by discarding an identity-specific card from your hand, since it is an alter ego action, and that way Kang will only just be scheming for 1 on your turn, instead of attacking you for a lot. Especially since you're not going to be able to ready, because you're frozen in time.
Sure, that makes sense. What does that card do again? The one that attached me. Not frozen in time, but
the drawing nearer is the when your turn begins, you discard a card, and we add to the pursued by the past. So we want to try to get rid of that.
okay. I will flip then, and then on flipping, cool off after you change this form. Shuffle 1 ice card from your discard pile into your deck.
That's pretty super good too.
For each frostbite in play. Sorry, so it's
okay. So
one. It'll be 1 ice card. Yep,
that makes sense.
So I think you're Justice. So I'm not worried. Well, I shouldn't say I'm not worried, but
not currently worried about threat.
So it's either a frozen solid or it's going to be Ice Wall. Frozen solid, hero form only attached to an enemy. When the enemy would activate, discard frozen solid instead, then attach a set aside a copy. Sorry, then attach a set aside copy of Frostbite to that enemy.
That's super good.
Yeah, they're both good. Both good. We'll do Frozen Solid.
Okay.
So that will shuffle into my deck, and that is my go.
All right. So we ready up, except you don't ready up, but
I do not.
Frozen in Time gets discarded then.
Is gone. That goes on Kang.
And then we draw back up. 3 cards.
Angel readies. I don't.
Bummer. Alright, you still have drawing nearer. Alright. So we are up here at villains. They get 2 threat on the main scheme. Brings it up to 5. And then I am the active player, so Kang will be attacking against me. He's get the -1. I'm going to give the +1 to the thing, and then I'm going to not block his 1 and boost. It's 4. Cool. Down to 6. This goes away. He's now scheming against you for 1, 2, 3. We're up to 9. And then the Chitauri soldier is attacking me for 1. I'm just going to take that 1 and then indirect damage of 2. Then the 15. Or down to 5, sorry. I'll take 1 and I'll... yeah, I'll put... No, I'll take both. Down to 3. Risky business. Let's go. Alright. Time Portal is a side scheme. It comes with, or starts with 4 threat on it, and a forced interrupt. When this scheme is defeated, shuffle it into the encounter deck instead of discarding it. Okay.
Time Portal. Where is Time Portal?
It is in Temporal.
Temporal.
And this has a hazard icon on it, so when we divvy out these red cards, we get +1 for each hazard token. So we'll probably want to try to get rid of that. And then, well, you got Pinned Down, which is in Kang. It is a side scheme. When revealed, place 2 threat here for each obligation in play. There is 1 obligation in play of your drawing nearer, so this comes in with 4 also. So this isn't super good, because...
Down. Let me get caught up here.
Pinned Down has the crisis icon, which means that we can't remove threat from the main scheme while this icon is in play. Huh.
Okay. I'm caught up here. Did you -1 from the frostbite on it?
I did, yes.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Then first player moves to you, and you will start off with discarding top card of your deck.
Of the deck. It is 2 energy, 2 strength.
Oof. That's not what we wanted to see. Where are my tokens here? All right. Pursued by the Past is up to 4.
Yeah. Attach to a friendly character. Does that also include you?
Yes, I am a friendly character.
I could make you an X-Men.
And then I could use your X shit.
You could. It's tempting. Alright, Ice Slide. Iceman gets 1 thwart, 1 attack, 1 defense, and gains the aerial trait. After you change the alter ego form, shuffle this card into your deck. Temporary card. A pool card. Hero action. Spend a strength resource and exhaust this card to ready your hero. Seems nice.
And a reminder, you do still have the Drawing Nearer card that you would get rid of by discarding an identity-specific card from your hand.
Gotcha. Ice Blast, choose a player, attach a set-aside copy of Frostbite to the villain, and each minion engaged with that player, deal 3 damage to each enemy. We have 1 minion out. Can I make that the card then? So if I discard that.
Yep. Then drawing nearer goes away.
That's gone. I am going to... Oh, I didn't rid of these cards. Oops. If I make you an X-Men. You get 1 more hit point and you get the X-Men trait.
Mm-hmm.
You would benefit from Forge if he ever makes it back. X-Jet if you need the energy. All my allies are X-Men. I'm going to put that... I'm going to put it not on you. Changing my mind.
Okay.
Oh.
It'd be pretty cool if Venom was an honorary X person, because that would give her 1 more hit point, and she's a 4/4.
Oof. Okay.
But if you'd rather use it for something else, that's...
Yeah, let's see here.
While you are thinking about stuff,
go ahead.
I'll take an action of exhausting this to discard 2 cards. That was a mistake. I like Helicarrier. All right, carry on.
Yep. I am going to spend my power belt and the power in all of us to play Ice Slide. Sorry, I can only... Oh, it's not a hero card. I just get it. But I can flip over.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's good. And then I will play X-Jet and Frozen Solid to upgrade with Stick-to-itiveness, spend a punch resource, strength resource, and exhaust to ready my hero. Which I will do. Don't want to hit anybody for 2.
Keep in mind it's 2 and the Frostbite, so it's 2. You're hitting them for 2 and 1 defense.
Oh, sure. Or 2 thwart off of pin down.
I will fully take out pin down.
Yep.
And then if you do thwart off of the main scheme, I can do 3 more off of that.
But I can't because this is in play, right?
Oh, yeah.
But if you're going to take care of it, then that gives me honorary X-Men to attach to anybody. Or I could give Angel 1 more swing. No, he's already the trait. I guess I could still play it on him.
Or on Venom, who's a 4/4.
Yeah, let's just do that. We'll put it on Venom.
Woohoo!
Okay. Then Angel's gonna not do anything.
Okay. Angel will be your blocker.
Yep. And then, yeah, that's my go.
Okay. All right. Now that Venom has an extra hit point, huzzah! Venom is going to thwart 4 into pin down to get rid of that. Venom took the damage. I'm going to spend 2 for... do I want to do that? This card's real good. Yeah. And I'm going to get Heroic Intuition into play. So I have +1 thwart. And then... yeah. I'm going to thwart... what? Oh yeah, you didn't ready. I'm going to thwart 3 off of the main scheme.
Yep.
Bringing it down to 6. And then I'm going to... oh, I should have done this before. I'm going to exhaust Spider Command and exhaust an interface to draw a card, making an entrance. So... this is dumb. I should have done that first, and then I would play making an entrance to get 2 more thwart. But I guess I did that a little late. Alright. I'm going to flip to Alter Ego. And then I'm going to recover for 4. Bringing me up to 7. I'm going to discard this then. And that will be my turn.
Yeah. Ready up. I do have the cuckoos.
Okay, so if we get a bad... that's
It
for
reveals
treachery,
a
right?
bad treachery. We can exhaust it and discard it.
Alright. We'll draw the cards. There's the thing we were looking for. Alright. 2 threat on the main scheme. Bringing that to 8. Kang is attacking you for 2. Are you going to give him +2 attack or place a threat on the main scheme?
Yep. +2.
+2 is somebody blocking the 4 plus
Angels block.
Angel's eating 6 damage.
Ooh.
Good job, Angel. You did it.
You gone.
Yeah. Kang is scheming against me for 1. After this activation resolves, put a pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past. Uh-oh. That is our 5th pursuit counter.
Yep.
This isn't good. Alright. So we have at least 3 or more. So we remove all of the pursuit counters. And we flip this over because my Nemesis minion isn't into play. After you flip to this side, find your Nemesis minion and reveal it. Search the set-aside area for your Nemesis side scheme and reveal it. Shuffle your remaining set-aside Nemesis set into the encounter deck. Flip this card back over.
It's like Shadows of the Past, but 2 times.
Sort of. It will keep going because if your Nemesis minion is in play, it'll activate against you. Otherwise, it will... search out your Nemesis, so it keeps bringing them back.
Gotcha. Okay.
So there's Morbius and a giant monster attack, and energy drains go into the deck. This is real bad for me, like Nemesis sets usually are. So the giant monster attack, Morbius is laying siege to the city, wreaking havoc and siphoning energy from the power grid. As an additional cost to thwart this scheme, you have to spend an energy resource. Neat. And then Morbius is a 2/2 with 6 health, and after the engaged hero generates any number of resources, deal an equal amount of damage to that hero. Yay. Wow. Yay. Sir Travis, thank you for the bit. I didn't know that effect was still on there. That's cool. Alright. So, the biggest bummer is that happened during his activation. now it's minions that activate, and now this guy's in play. That super sucks. So we get 3 more threat on the main scheme. I put that in the wrong spot there. Brings it up to 12 of 14. Whoops. I might just lose out on here. I'll feel real bad. I didn't get my thwart upgrade thing. Okay, so now you get an encounter card, I get an encounter card, and then we have a hazard icon, so you get another encounter card.
Yep.
Your first encounter card is Sinister Strike. It is a treachery. When revealed, you're on hero side, right?
Yes.
Place 1 pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past. Then if it has any counters on it, the villain attacks you.
Yeah. We'll exhaust, I guess.
Okay.
I need a cuckoo.
So that goes away and you get a different card instead?
Yep.
Alright. Instead, Energy Drain. When revealed, hero, choose to either spend 2 energy resources or take 3 damage.
I will spend... I have 2 energy. I will double the number... Sorry, I gotta read my cards here. Double the number of resources this card generates if your identity has sustained less than 5 damage. I have 11 hit points plus 3. So 14. I've taken 4 damage. So this would be 2. Okay. I will remove 2 energy.
Okay.
They are gone.
Alright. Your next card is Future Weapon. So this is an attachment. It attaches to Kang. And when Kang attacks, the attack gains overkill. Not good. If this attack damages a hero, that hero is stunned. After this attack, discard Future Weapon. So the next time he attacks, he's going to be attacking at a +2 with overkill. So we can't just throw an ally in front of it. Or we can, but it doesn't soak the damage. And if it deals damage to a hero, that hero is stunned. Great.
Yeah.
And then my card is Temporal Shield. This also attaches to Kang. It's a forced interrupt. When Kang is attacked, discard Temporal Shield. And prevent all damage from this attack and deal 1 damage to the attacker.
Wow.
So the next, it's like a tough that retaliates.
Retaliates.
Cool. First player goes to me.
I like this guy.
Yeah. This was a real bad time to have my Nemesis come out. Okay, I'm going to use Aunt May and Uncle Ben, which lets me discard 3 since I'm an alter ego. I put Rapid Development in hand, or Rapid Deployment. That can help with Thwart. I'm at 7. Ugh. I can't remember if discarding a card for resources is considered generating resources. Because this does specifically say generate that upgrades resource when I use this ability. I don't know if it's spending cards also, though.
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
Sure.
Versus like a X-Jet, which generates.
Right.
Or Power Belt, which generates.
Alright. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to exhaust Spider Suit to draw 2 cards. Okay. We're going to flip over. So we're here. Okay. Damage. Deal an equal amount of damage to that hero. Okay. So I'm going to put Skilled Investigator into play, because I'm going to need that. I'm going to spend 2 from my hand and 1 from here, so I'll take a damage because of Morbius. But that's going to get me Host Spider into play. That is another interface. I can exhaust this to ready, so I will do that. And then I'm going to throw Venom into Morbius for 4, and then Spider Suit is going to get in for the other 2. That makes 6. Venom takes the 3rd damage. I have the +1 because she's an X-Men. That will defeat Morbius. I no longer take damage from using my resources, which is good, because I'm going to spend 1 resource or 1 interface and the Spider command to draw a card. Making an entrance. All right. Then I'm going to spend the last one for All Systems Go. So I had used this to search for an interface before, but I'm going to use the other action now of ready each interface upgrade you control. So that puts these ready. And remember, these are resources. Yeah. So then we're going to ready Spider Suit, I think I want to do, and then three. All right, we're gonna do 1 here for making an entrance to give me +2 thwart. I'm going to thwart the giant monster attack. I have to spend an extra energy resource to thwart this. This gives me +2 thwart, and if I removed all the threat from a scheme, I heal 2. So I'm doing 2, 4, 5 thwart to the 4. That does remove it all. So I heal 2, up to 8. Since a side scheme was defeated, I can exhaust this and draw a card. Into Web Trap. Okay. Then I want to... Yeah, I think I have to do this, which is not super great. I'm going to spend that last one and Web Trap for rapid deployment. I remove 3 threat from a scheme. I'm going to choose the main scheme. If I paid for this card using a resource generated by the sync ratio, which I did, I removed 3 threat from a scheme. So I'm going to do 6 from Kang's Arrival.
Okay.
So it's down to 6. And then I'm going to keep Psychic Link in hand for next turn. That was my go. It's kind of a lot sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Let's. I'm gonna spend.
Do you happen to have like Ice Wall, or?
I don't. I have Triage. After Triage enters play, heal 2 damage from an X-Men. So I could heal 2 off of your Venom.
Oh,
Yeah.
That'd be pretty huge.
It's on my play right now. It's just paying for it here. I'm going to quick attack. I have +1 attack, so I have 3. So I'm gonna attack your soldier.
Sorry, soldier. Thank you.
For 3. Then I'm going to X-Jet and chill out for triage to heal 2 off of your venom.
Nice.
And then I have a snow clone, which I cannot play, but I can snow clone because it's a strength resource with my stick-to-itiveness. Spend the strength resource and exhaust this card to ready my hero. I will. Let's see here. I will attack Kane.
To get rid of the shield?
Yeah, or do I want to thwart? No. 2, 1.
Attacking him would still put the frostbite on him, even though he's not taking damage.
Right.
So that could be good since he's going to be coming in with a 4 damage attack on his next thing. To me.
Okay. We're going to attack Kane for 3.
Okay. He loses temporal shield, gains frostbite, and you take 1.
Frostbite, I take 1. Oh, down to 9. And then triage. We'll ping for 1, I guess. I don't think we really need to thwart anything, do we?
Taking more off of the main scheme is always good, or we could start. Well, Venom can take care of the time portal next turn. Hopefully, maybe.
Okay.
Or actually, if you do 1 off time portal now, then I can clear it with my spider suit without having to use any extra resources at all.
Okay, we'll take 1 off a time portal.
All right.
She takes damage, or he takes damage. And then that is my go. So I can't power belt to generate a wild resource for an ice card for tic-tac-toe. So,
correct.
Yeah, that's my go.
Okay. So we ready up.
I get the ready this time. Woohoo!
Nice. We draw our cards. 2, 3. There we go. That's what I'm talking about right there. It's gonna be good. Gonna be good. Alright, up top here. No. Sorry. Trying not to make everybody throw up. He gets 2 on the main scheme. Brings it up to 8. And then he is attacking me. So I'm going to add 1 to the main scheme because he's coming in for a lot. So he's doing 2 plus 2 with overkill. And if taking damage, then am stunned. So that's 4. Frostbite makes it 3. I'm going to block and use my speed metal alloy for +2 defense. So I'm going to be blocking for 4. He's currently coming in for 3 and a boost of after this activation resolves, place a pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past. I don't get stunned and I don't take any damage. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And then the future weapon is discarded. Frostbite goes away. Awesome. Now he is attacking you for 2 and a boost.
2 and a boost.
Or 4 and a boost. But no overkill anymore.
Okay, so triage will take it.
Okay.
All the damage.
All the +2 damage for it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So 4, 5, 6, 7 damage to triage.
Sorry, triage.
Alright, I get a card. You get a card. Time portal's still out, so I get a card. Macrobots. Guard and retaliate. And rampage. Another flipping thing here. It comes in with 4 threat on it. When defeated, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play, engage with the player who defeated this scheme. And that has an acceleration token on it, so instead of 2 going here at the start of each turn, while this is out, a 3rd will go out there. Not terrific.
Rampage
is Kang.
Right there. Yep.
And then
or
your other card. So this one we call Time Travel Hunks because it's hijinks, but the I and the J are pretty close together, and at a quick glance, it's Time Travel Hunks. Let's be real. All right, so this was for you. When revealed, discard the highest cost card you control, then place it face down under this card. As an alter ego action, you can discard an energy resource from your hand, discard this obligation, and it discards the face down card under this obligation.
Discard the highest cost card in hand, then place it under here. I'm not an alter ego. Discard a energy resource and discard. Okay. So I have to discard the highest control, and then to get it back, I need to be an alter and spend an energy.
Correct.
To get it back.
Yep.
Okay.
What's the highest cost card you have? Or
2.
that you control?
Oh, even on my board.
It's on the board, not in your hand.
Oh no. X-Jet or the Stafford wives. All right, the wives are going away. The cuckoos.
Okay.
That goes under that card. Out of play for now. Yep.
All right. Then first player passes to you. And we are on to the next round.
Here we go. We drew into not my responsibility for 0 cost. It's an interrupt. When any amount of threat would be placed on a scheme, we take it as damage instead.
Okay.
We don't have any allies out. So, we're going to X-Jet and not my responsibility into team building exercise. Exhaust that to play a card from your hand that shares a trait with your hero, reducing its resource cost by 1. So really, any X-Men card or Ice card is now reduced by 1. In combination with Power Belt, making all my Ice cards almost 0 cost.
It's pretty good.
Seems kind of good. We drew into self-control. Double the number of resources this card generates if your identity has sustained less than 5. We have sustained way more than 5, so this is unfortunately only 1 energy cost at this point. So let's
I'm looking through
this card. After you resolve your freeze ability, that's when I attack or defend and attach a frostbite. Exhaust this, draw a card. If that card is an ice trait, ready Iceman. Yeah, it's not bad. Event, chill out, thwart, remove 3 threat from a scheme, attach a set aside copy of frostbite to an enemy. I really want to thwart here. I want to get Rampage out of here. That's scary.
Okay, Rampage will put a minion into play in front of you.
If we get rid of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Before you thwart a thing, I'm going to play Skilled Investigator, and I'm going to play it under your control. So now, as long as you're on hero side, after a side scheme is defeated, you can exhaust this to draw a card. I also have one, so I will keep track of us both drawing a card when
Gotcha.
a side scheme is defeated.
Yeah, I think I'm still going to do it, though. So I'm going to Power Belt.
Okay.
And I'm going to Team Building Exercise. I'm sharing the Ice trait right now, so this Chill Out card is free.
Okay.
Remove 3 threat from a scheme. I will remove it from Rampage. And then attach a set-aside copy of Frostbite to an enemy. The only enemy we have right now
is Kang and Macrobots. Just put it on Kang. I'll probably kill the Macrobots on my turn.
Okay. Kang has been frostbit. I will then you know what? I'm going to actually take X-Check back, and I'll just use self-control to pay for that.
Okay.
Then I'm going to thwart Rampage. That's gone.
Okay. We both will draw a card.
Draw a card. And then I get a minion.
And we discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded and put that minion to play, engage with you.
Yep.
We got Time Travel Tactics, we got Weakened, we got Stolen Memories, we got Energy Blast, Depowered, Time Travel Tactics, Macrobots. There we go.
Macrobots. I get a Macrobots.
You get a Macrobots.
Yep.
And you drew your card from Skilled Investigator?
I did.
Okay.
Then I'm going to X-Jet to generate a wild resource, which will pay for my stick-to-itiveness to ready my Iceman.
Okay.
Then I will... Question.
Mm-hmm.
Tic-tac-toe. Spend 1 resource of any type. Move 1 damage. Does that include our heroes?
Yes, because we technically are putting damage counters on our heroes while we maintain our max health.
Gotcha.
So yes, that can do that.
And I think after you play Shadowcat from your hand, choose a side scheme in play. That scheme loses each symbol until the end of next round. I am going to just retaliate 1. I'm going to spend those as 2 energy to put 2 onto Tic-Tac-Toe. I'm going to go to 11.
Okay. You don't have to exhaust for Tic-Tac-Toe, right? Or exhaust Tic-Tac-Toe?
Nope.
Nice.
Nope. Just you don't discard it until you deal the damage. Right. So I'll just use that and that.
Were they both mental resource cards?
Yep.
Perfect. You should do the other mental resource on the right side. So it's on the left side and right side. Because you'll want, like, if it's like a phone, you want 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 filled up before doing one of the other ones. Because if you have it in the middle, then you'll end up making a line of 3 before you can max it out.
Oh, tic-tac-toe.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
And then I can still attack here. I have 3 attack. I attack the macro. I take him down to 2. I take 1. Then he gets frostbit.
You have 3 attack, you said, right?
Yep. I flip over. I could heal for 4.
You'd lose
my
ice
total
slide.
health. I would lose ice slide, but I'd be at full health. Well, I think all my cool cards are now gone. Maybe there's one more. Self-control. Self-preservation.
If you attack into a Macrobots, you will have 2 frostbite out, and then you could flip over, just heal next turn, but you'd get to shuffle 2 of your ice cards back into your deck, which will be guaranteed draw on the next thing.
It is. That makes sense. Okay. I was originally going to hit the Macrobot, so I'm going to do that.
Okay.
That's 2 plus 1, so that's 3 damage to the bots. I take 1.
And he has
frostbite. Retaliate. Down to 10. He gains a set-aside frostbite. And that is my go.
Are you flipping to alter ego?
And then I'm flipping the alter ego.
Okay.
Response: after you change to this form, shuffle 1 ice card from your discard pile into your deck for each copy of frostbite in play. So we want... It's got to be an ice card. That's not an ice card. Threat seems okay. Snow Clone wouldn't be bad. Frostbites are going to fall off. We really want to get Ice Wall out, don't we? And I think now would be a time to do that. But a lot of my double energies are gone.
Alternatively, too, you could make sure that one of the cards is an energy resource. So that way you'll have it in your hand if you want to get rid of time travel hunks.
What energy? Sorry, what kind?
As an alter ego action, you would discard an energy resource from your hand.
Ugh. Okay. We get 2 of these. Let's see.
While you're looking, I'm going to use Aunt May and Uncle Ben to discard 2 cards. I was looking for all systems go. I got it in the hand. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I can just start taking my stuff while you're figuring that out.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to spend 2 resources here to get Psychic Link into play. I'm going to use Host Spider to ready Spider Suit. I'm going to attack into the Macrobots with Venom, dealing 4 damage. She takes 1 for Retaliate. Still has 2 health left because of the honorary X-Man. Doesn't take any from Retaliate. That person is now gone.
You said Hunks is energy, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, then I'm going to spend Psychic Link for all systems go to ready all of my interface cards, which is all of those. And then we're going to do two of these cards for Web Trap to deal 5 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this card using a resource generated by Spider Suit, then stun that enemy. So that's 5 damage and stun to Kang. Bringing him down to 9. And stun. And then we're going to do 2 for rapid deployment to remove 3 threat from a scheme, and I paid using one of these, so I removed 3 threat from a scheme. I'm going to go for Time Portal and for the main thing. When Time Portal's defeated, we shuffle it into the encounter deck instead of discarding it. Not super good, but it's fine. And then 3 comes off of here. This is going to get shuffled in. Since your Macrobots has the Frostbite on it, it's going to be scheming for 0, so I'm not going to do anything about that. We don't get another card for this other side scheme getting taken care of because Skilled Investigator has to exhaust. So that's sort of sad. But I'm going to thwart for 3 because of Heroic Intuition off the main scheme. I'm going to use Host Spider to ready and then thwart for another 3, removing 6 total, which is all of the threat off of the main scheme.
Nice.
This is my favorite character in Marvel Champions.
All right, so Frostbite came off.
Frostbites didn't come off.
They're not off yet.
Yep. We have a Frostbite on your Macrobots that has 1 hit point left, and Frostbite on Kang, and stun on Kang.
Got it.
One counter on Pursued by Past, no threat on any remaining schemes. And I'm now done. You got your 2 cards shuffled into your deck?
They are.
All right. Well, we are finished, and we are readying up.
I ran out of cards, so next turn I got to shuffle.
All right.
So I get it now?
Yes. As soon as your deck empties, you get a face down card. I also emptied here and get a face down card.
Let's shuffle real quick.
By 1. Although, as soon as the deck's empty, so even if I had 1 more card and it was the last card that I drew, it would still trigger this. So, it's not super that we're getting 4 encounter cards this turn, but we also stabilized with the board state completely. So, that's alright.
Alright, ready up. Shuffle cards, deal cards. Yeah.
Alright. Up top here, they get 2 onto the main scheme. Let's see. You are first player. You are on Alter Ego. Mm-hmm. So he is scheming against you. Frostbite makes it 0. So he is just scheming with the boost of 2. So 2 goes on the main scheme. That's alright. Frostbite goes away. He is now attacking against me. He is stunned. He loses stun. That's it. Your Macrobots scheme against you. They get -1 because of Frostbite, so they scheme for 0. Frostbite goes away. And then you're first player, so you get a card, and I get a card. So you have Ancient Warrior. That's the dude with Quick Strike. He does not Quick Strike because you're an Alter Ego. And then you also get Depowered. Ooh, it's good you're in Alter Ego. This is an obligation. You cannot play hero-specific cards. As an Alter Ego action, you discard a hero-specific card from your hand to discard this obligation.
So I got to discard a hero-specific card. Okay.
Unfortunately, you cannot discard a hero-specific card with an energy cost and get rid of both of these. I don't think it works that way.
Discard a hero specific card from your hand. Discard this obligation. Okay.
All right, so I have an Evil Alliance. When revealed, each Nemesis minion in play activates against you. If no minions activated this way, place 3 pursuit counters on Pursued by the Past. Gross. That puts it up to 4.
Yep.
And then Energy Drain. When revealed, on hero, choose to either spend 2 energy resources or take 3 damage. I will spend 1 energy from my hand and then spend the energy on here as a wild to not take 3 damage. Alright, not too bad. I take first player. With 4 cards, that could have gone way worse. Alright, how do we feel about potentially putting him into his next phase?
Sure.
I mean, I guess I'm not quite there yet. I could be.
I forgot I'm shuffling my deck again because I forgot that I swapped to Alter Ego, so my Ice Slide went away.
Alright, I'm going to thwart 2. Yeah, I'll thwart 2 off the main scheme.
Okay.
And then...
What's it at, 2?
Yeah. Well, it's 3, actually. But then I'm going to spend Skilled Investigator, since we are maxed out on those, for Clear the Area, to remove 2 threat from a scheme. If it removes the last threat, I draw a card. So I will remove the rest of the threat from there. Drew into All Systems Go. I have so many resources right now. Alright. Let's use Spider Command to exhaust an interface to draw a card. Go Spider. Alright. Let's ready here. Spider is going to attack the Ancient Warrior in front of you to defeat him.
Okay.
Venom will throw 4 into Kang, bringing Kang down to 5. Then I'm going to spend 1 for All Systems Go to ready all of these. And then I'm going to ready Spider Suit. And then I'm going to spend these 3 for Ghost Spider. I can only play Ghost Spider if I control a Web Warrior, which I do. As an interrupt, when Ghost Spider leaves play, I search my deck for an identity-specific event and add it to my hand. Cool. I have this one here. I'm going to use Spider Suit and the Web Fluid Compressor to give +2 attack. So I attack in for 4. Bring in Kang down to 1. And then... do you think you will be able to defeat the Microbots and do 1 damage to Kang?
Obligation, discard a hero specific card. That's fine. 3, 4. I mean, I can. It's not ideal, but I can.
Okay. I'll attack Kang with Ghost Spider, then. Kang is defeated. At the end of this phase, we will go to Stage 2.
Okay.
I'd recommend getting rid of Macrobots if possible. That is all the things I'm going to do. I'm not going to use Ant-Man Implement this turn.
Alright. That's good because what I'm going to do is first discard Snow Clone to get powered out.
Okay, so depowered is gone.
Then I'm going to... I feel like this is the play I want to do, but I'm going to recover for 4. I'm going to flip.
Okay.
Then I'm going to spend self-confidence. Triple the resources instead if you have sustained no damage. So it is now 3.
Is your full health?
Using, yep. And then using Power Belt to spend a wild resource on a ice card, I will get Ice Wall out. So that's out. Then I'm going to change my mind. Does he retain Frostbite when he flips?
No.
Yeah. In that case...
So you did not get rid of the time travel hijinks, right?
No.
Okay.
What do I need to do for that again?
On Alter Ego, it was discarding an energy resource. And then that'll put the Stepford back into your deck, or into your discard.
An energy resource. That one, I can't use X-Jet for that, right?
No, because it's not spend a resource, it's discard a resource from your hand.
I will discard Arctic Attack to get Stafford Wise back.
Okay.
That goes in my hand, right?
Goes to your discard, because Kang's a jerk.
Okay. The jerk. Then I will team building, X-Jet to get Snow Clone out.
And Snow Clone doesn't take consequential damage if attacking somebody with Frostbite, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Then I'm going to spend Ice Blast and exhaust Stick-to-itiveness to ready my hero.
Nice.
And then I will take out my Macrobots. Hitting it for 2. I take 1 damage.
You don't.
Don't?
You dealt lethal,
Oh,
so you do not take
lethal. That's right.
retaliate.
That's right. Okay, so he's dead.
We have a clear board here going into phase 2.
And then that is
That's hot.
my go. I don't think I need to do anything.
That's
I
hot.
don't think I need to do anything else. You still have a Microbots, right?
No.
Oh,
Everything's gone.
you are. And you're still an X-Men.
Venom is still an X-Men. Yep.
Yes.
Venom's still around. Has 1 hit point left.
All right.
So it'd be a pretty solid target for tic-tac-toe if it goes.
Dump all my energy into it.
If
All
it
right.
goes
I'm going to
that
ready
route.
my board.
Okay. We do draw our cards.
Full health. Oh, it feels good.
Yeah. Okay. Ready for this?
All right. Go.
So, when defeated, advance the main scheme to stage 2 at the end of the phase. It's now the end of the phase. So stage 1, you're gone. Put it over here.
Stage 2.
Stage 2, the Master of Time. Kang reels back, but he saves himself by separating the heroes through time and space. When revealed, place 1 acceleration token here for each side scheme in play. That's 0. Then discard each side scheme. Each player reveals a random Stage 3A in turn order. Remove any unused Stage 3 schemes from the game. So, the Master of Time. When an acceleration token would be placed on another scheme, place it here instead. Players cannot join this game area unless there are no other game areas remaining. When all players have joined this game area, advance to stage 4A. So, we now have that as the main scheme. We have random 3As. I'm first player, so I'll get the first one, and you'll get the second one. These are out of the game. So, I was kicked to the realm of Ramatut. When revealed, create your own game area and place this scheme in it. Add Kang, Ramatut. To the game area and deal yourself an encounter card. So this level 1 Kang is gone. I now have Ramatut in the realm of Ramatut. As a force response, after this stage is completed, place 1 set-aside Kang's Dominion face down under stage 4A. At the end of the phase, remove Kang, Ramatut, and this stage from the game and combine your game area with another game area. If all players at this stage are defeated, the stage is completed. So, it starts with 1 threat on it, and it will go up by 1 each turn. So not 1 per player, because I'm in my own game here. Yep. And Kang always comes in with toughness. And this villain gets +1 attack for each obligation in play. And then when defeated, we remove the Realm of Ramatut from the game. At the end of the phase, join another game area. So that's who I have. You were kicked into a different time period of the Chronopolis. I gotta face down a counter card. When revealed, you get the same thing, and you get Kang Immortus into play. You also get an encounter card. Yep. So Kang Immortus has toughness, and he cannot take damage while a minion is in play. And then same thing, and when defeated, you get to go to the next thing. And same with all of this. Starts with 0 threat. We'll gain 1 each turn. Okay. So now we have this situation going on where I have my game over here, you have your game over here, because we're in different time periods.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah. It's so cool. Unfortunately, we defeated him on our turn, so we got pulled, and now it is their turn to go. Since I'm first player, my stuff activates first. 1 gets added here to the main scheme, and then he is attacking against me. I don't have any obligations in play, so it's just an attack of 2. I'm going to defend for... Yeah, I'll defend for 4.
Sorry, he goes to 18 health.
Oh, yes. Forgot about that. My guy has 18 health.
As does mine.
And yours does also. I suppose they need something to be able to hit, huh?
Right.
All right.
Can I hit your Kang then, or no?
No, you're not in my game right now.
Gotcha. Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna defend for 4, and he's coming in for 2, 3. I don't take any damage. The encounter deck. Yep, we need this. The encounter deck just finished, so an acceleration token goes on the main scheme, and it would be put here instead of anything else. And this will shuffle. Then Your Kang is attacking you for 2.
Okay.
And your Chronopolis goes up by 1.
Goes up by 1. He's going to hit me for 2. I'm going to go ahead and just let Ice Wall do its thing.
Okay. So no block. 3 damage total. So there's a 1 boost.
3 counters go on the Ice Wall.
Perfect. Then I will get a card. You will get a card. I've got Energy Drain. Come on. Alright. I have 2 energy in my hand. Yeah, it's fine. Alright. So that gets rid of that. And then, Weakened. Oh. This is an obligation. So this is going to increase his attacks. Forced Response. After you use a basic hero power, take 1 damage. As an alter ego action, I can discard a physical or strength resource from hand to discard this obligation. Great. Your cards. Temporal Shield. This attaches to Kang. This is he absorbs a hit and retaliates for 1. On top of toughness. Feels bad. And Macrobots.
And Macrobots come back. Okay.
First player passes to you. And you have your whole game thing to go on here.
Yeah. Look at my desk. It's a mess. Blame it on Kang. Okay. Holy smokes. All right. Well. I am going to This is nuts. Okay. Let's see here. So if we get Angel into play, we reduce his cost by 1. He goes down to 2. If we get Utopia out, increases our ally limit by 1. You can exhaust this to ready an X-Men hero. Beak enters play. Remove a threat from a scheme for each X-Men you have in control. Not too crazy right now. Let's start with I really want to do Ice Blast. I think that's gonna kind of be a kicker here. But can I ping off 2 toughs off of Kang? Is really what we're looking at here. I don't think I can. Let's hit Kang for twice here. That's what we need to do here.
If Iceman throws in first, he'll get Frostbite, and then Snow, and that'll get rid of the Temporal Shield. Iceman will take the 1 damage, and then the Snow Clone can take out the Tough without taking any consequential.
Right. Makes sense.
Oh, no, you can't attack him because you have the Macrobots and they have guard.
Oh, guard. Alright. It's fine.
At least you have Ice Wall.
Dealing damage does not do consequence or retaliate, right?
In what sense?
If I deal 3 damage to an enemy with a copy of Frostbite attached, I do not take retaliate.
Is it hero attack?
It's a hero action.
Does it say attack next to it, like
No.
in parentheses?
Nope. It says choose a player, me.
Okay.
Attach a set-aside copy of Frostbite to the villain, and each minion in play.
Mm-hmm.
Deal 3 damage to each enemy with a copy of Frostbite attached.
Then that is not an attack from you.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, man. Okay.
That could work, and it would... it would take out the temporal shield, and you wouldn't take damage. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to Power Belt, X-Jet, and Beak to play Ice Blast. Choose a player. I'm going to choose myself.
Mm-hmm.
Attach a set-aside copy of Frostbite to the villain and to the minions. Deal 3 damage to each enemy with a copy of Frostbite attached. So it's going to ping off the shield.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take retaliate because it is not an attack. And then I deal 3 to the Macrobots. Not taking retaliate because it's not an attack. Then I will attack the Macrobots with Snow Clone.
Okay.
Takes out the Macrobot. We don't take consequential damage because he is Frostbite.
Yep.
Then we have Kang. Who has tough. We will... He costs 2. We're going to team building exercise, bringing his cost down from 2 to 1. Playing Frozen Solid to get Angel in play. And then I will attack for 2, taking off the tough.
And giving him another frostbite.
Giving him another frostbite. Then I'm going to Utopia for the strength resource to play Stick-to-Itiveness or Exhaust or Ready. God, is that what I want to do? Or do I want to add a point to the tic-tac-toe?
It's too bad you can't take off health from Venom. I'm about to throw her into Kang for 4 damage and death.
Sure. Yeah, we're going to hit Kang for 2. Down to 16.
16. And another frostbite.
Another frostbite. And then Angel will hit for 2. Taking a damage. That's my go.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. Do these get removed? No, or do they leave all at the same time?
They all leave at the same time.
Okay.
All right.
I wonder if I should have thwarted then? No, it doesn't. No, we're good.
Yeah, I think you made the right choice. Okay. So I have weakened, so when I use a basic hero power, I take a damage. I'm going to start off with Ant-Man Uncle Ben to discard 2 cards. I put neither of them in my hand. That's cool. And then I'll exhaust Spider Command and one of these to draw a card. It's not... I don't think I want to risk that. Okay. Then I'm going to use Host Spider to ready. I'm going to use Ghost Spider to take off the Tough from my Kang. She took that damage. I'm going to throw Venom at Kang for 4.
Before you keep going,
Yep.
I wonder if I should have flipped to take advantage of my hero power or my alter ego power.
That's true, because that could shuffle 3 ice cards.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to flip over.
Okay.
And go ahead. I'll shuffle them in. That's fine.
All right. So Venom got in for 4 and then is now defeated. Did a ton of work, Venom. That was my... So your honorary X-Men goes back to your discard.
Yep.
Then I'm going to end up taking a damage because I'm going to use a basic attack, and I'm using Web Fluid Compressor to give +2 to the attack, so I'm attacking in for 4. Bringing him down to 10. And then I'm going to flip. This one wasn't exhausted, so when this flips over, it's not exhausted. This one is. And then I'm going to recover for 4, bring me back to 11. And then I'm going to discard a physical resource in order to get rid of weakened. And then I'm going to just discard one way or another at the end of the turn. And that's my go. My Kang is down to 10. Yours is down to 14 and has 3 frostbites. Let's ready and draw.
Yeah. Ready, ready, ready. Lots of ready cards. And we draw up to 6.
Alright. Just gonna get this in here. Okay. So, both of the things go up by 1 threat.
Yep.
Your Kang activates first. You're on alter ego, right?
Correct.
So he's scheming for -1. 0 schemes for 1.
Perfect.
So that gets 1 threat on your thing. Mine, I'm also on alter ego, so he's scheming for 1, and it, oh, come on, puts a pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past. So that adds 1 here.
Is that the boost?
Adds 1 here.
Or was it the encounter?
Yeah, that was the
That's
boost.
the encounter.
Or, what?
The boost was not.
The boost effect put the
Oh, there it is.
counter
Okay.
on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that there's 5, my Nemesis isn't in play. So I find my Nemesis minion and reveal it. And I search the set-aside area for the Nemesis side scheme and reveal it, but it is in the deck, so I don't get the side scheme in, just the Nemesis out. And then this flips back over. And I'm pretty sure it's in the deck. It was a second to bottom card. Gross. Oh, your frostbites go away.
Yep.
Okay. Now he schemes for 2.
Your tough is off, right?
Yes, and he's down to 10 health.
10. Okay.
Since Morbius came in on his Kang's turn, he gets to scheme for 2. Not ideal.
You're at 6.
You get the first one, I get the second one. Your card is an Ancient Warrior. Quick Strike doesn't happen because you're on Alter Ego. And mine is a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Great. Has toughness, and his attacks have piercing. I've got...
Gross.
The 2 biggest minions are right in front of me. I go first. Ugh. Okay. I'm going to use Aunt May and Uncle Ben to discard 3 cards. Well, there's Helicarrier again. I get Web Trap into hand. Five, 6. That's what I want. 3. Okay. This is not super. Alright, I'm gonna exhaust Spider Suit with the Alter Ego action to draw 2 cards. Okay. Then I'm going to flip. Okay. I'm going to use Host Spider to ready. Let's see. I'm going to do... Okay. I'm going to do Web Compressor and attack. Attack Morbius for 4. And then... yeah, using 1 for Limitless Stamina to ready, and then attack for the other 2 to defeat Morbius. I don't think I'm generating resources with spending a card from hand. I'm not 100% on that, though. So I may... As long as I never get to 1 damage, then it doesn't matter. Then we're going to... do a... Alright, this is fine. I'm gonna throw Web Spider, or throw Ghost Spider. Nope. Now that those are gone, I'm gonna do 2 for Spider-Man. Since I have a web, since I control a Web Warrior, after you play Spider-Man from your hand, ready an upgrade you control. If that upgrade has tech, you can draw a card. I'm gonna ready Host Spider instead of. It is not a tech, but that's okay. I'm gonna use. Host Spider. And making an... No, not yet. Spider-Man is going to attack into the T-Rex for the tough. He takes 2 consequential on that, and he only has 2 health, so he leaves play. And Web of Life and Destiny, after a Web Warrior ally leaves play, choose a player. That player draws a card. I'll choose myself to draw a card. Oh, neat. And then... we're going to spend 1 and 1 for rapid deployment to remove 3 threat from a scheme. If I paid with one of these, then I can do 3 threat again. So I will remove all 6 threat from the main scheme.
Nice.
And then turn the tide. After your hero thwarts and removes all threat from a scheme, deal 3 damage to an enemy. I will do 3 damage to the T-Rex.
Yep.
2, 3. Then I don't have enough to do this. Bummer. Alright. I'm going to attack in with Ghost Spider anyway to the T-Rex for 2 damage. Ghost Spider dies. When she leaves play, I search my deck for an identity-specific event and add it to my hand. And Web of Life and Destiny does not exhaust. This is just choose a player, that player draws a card. So she leaves, I draw a card, and I search for this one.
Yeah.
Okay. I use Psychic Link to play All Systems Go to ready all of these resources. I'm going to ready myself, attack the T-Rex to defeat him. And then I'm going to spend 2 resources for Web Trap, which deals 5 damage and stun, and then 2 resources and Web Trap for 5 damage and stun. I'll hang on to Symbiote Suit in my hand. That is all 10 damage and defeats my Kang.
Nice. Yeah.
So, when defeated, he gets removed from the game, and at the end of the phase, I join another game. Yep. So, he's now gone, and at the end of the phase, after the stage is completed, place 1 set aside, At the end of the phase, remove Kang and his stage from the game, and combine your game with another area. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so I will be joining your game on their turn.
All right. Here we go. First thing we're going to do is we're going to flip Iceman. We are then going to attack with Angel right off the bat. He's going to take a damage, but he's going to take out our Agent Warrior.
Okay.
Then we are going to try to get Colossus out here. So Colossus, reduce the cost to play Colossus by 1 if your identity has the Mutant or X-Men trait, which we do. Mm-hmm. So he costs 3. Team building exercise will make it 2. X-Jet will make it 1. We're going to play Shadowcat to get Colossus out. He comes in with Tough. And then we will have him swing for 3 damage to Kang. Okay, down to 11. Tough is removed. Then we will play Iceman will attack for 2. Down to 9. Gets a frostbite. Then our Snow Clone's going to hit for 2. Doesn't take damage because he's frostbit. Down to 7. Then we are going to when's victory here? Not yet.
After all players have joined the Master of Time game, so once we have defeated all of the individual ones, then we progress to the last stage or the next stage.
Okay. Then I will spend Power Belt and Frozen Solid to play Arctic Attack, dealing 6 damage to Kang. Taking him down to 1. And then
Can you get there?
do I though?
Can you?
I could expend tic-tac-toe.
Is that the only way? Brutal. I mean, otherwise you just go one more round.
You don't generate any resources right now.
Not for you.
Okay. Darn it.
I think it's probably worth blowing tic-tac-toe for that. Because realistically, in my experience with this game, is by the time we get to like the last phase of a boss, we're usually set up and steamroll through quickly.
Okay. So then I will spend Forge to gain my last counter on tic-tac-toe. 3 in a row. I expend this doing 3 damage.
Who are you healing from?
Oh, Angel.
Okay.
Then, if there are 3 damage tokens in a line, deal all damage on this card to an enemy. So it'll do 3 to Kang.
Okay. Bringing him to
And
dead.
then this gets discarded, and he's dead. Okay.
All right. That's turn.
That's it. Pass turn.
Okay. So we ready all of our stuff. And we draw our cards. Okay. And then we are now in the main game. So this is still here. We advance to 4. Kang's Wrath. You used your enemy's technology to reunite in the present day, just in time to counter Kang's assault on Earth. When revealed, reveal Kang 3 and add him to the game area. Reveal each face-down Kang's Dominion under this stage. So if we would have lost our things, we would have gained Kang's Dominion side schemes that would go in play, and each of these, Kang can't take damage while these are in play. And when they're defeated, you deal the player who defeated this scheme an encounter card. So it'd be real bad.
So the Chronopolis and Ramatut go away.
Yep. So we're
And then
back.
It's just Kang the Conqueror and Master of Time. Or sorry, Kang's Wrath.
Kang the Conqueror and Kang's Wrath, yep. So when revealed, each player searches the encounter deck, discard pile, and set aside area for their Nemesis minion and puts it into play. Engage with them. Shuffle the encounter deck. I just dealt with that guy.
Yeah, now he's back.
He's back again.
Kane's Wrath gets the accelerated token.
Yes.
Wait. Okay.
It's Morbin time.
Morbin time.
And Iceman has Pyro.
Pyro.
Since they're being put into play and not revealed, Quick Strike does not happen for Pyro attacking you.
Good.
Yep.
Yep.
The downside is that this was all at the start of their turn, so he's gonna attack you. All right, so now I should be able to go to here. There we go. All right, so now we're getting 3 threat on here. If this gets to 20, we lose. And then Kang starts with the toughness, because all the Kangs start with the toughness. I'll move this up a little bit. Get a little more room. Okay. Forced interrupt. When Kang attacks you, either place 1 threat on the main scheme, or he gets +2 attack for this attack. So it's the same type of thing, but he has 1 more scheme than the last time. And we need to do 40 damage to him.
40.
In order to win. Yep. Alright, I'm the active player, so he's attacking me for 2. I'm gonna... Ooh. I'm gonna...
I do have Ice Wall up.
Oh, you do have Ice Wall up.
When an identity would take damage.
I'm gonna give him...
Right now.
I'm gonna give him +2. And I'm going to defend for 2 and give him +2. So he's currently coming in for 4, 6. I defend 2. I take 4. I don't take 4.
I take 4.
Ice Wall takes
4. My
4.
wall takes 4.
Yep. What's the wall at?
It is at 7.
Okay. Kang now attacks you.
Do you need the defend though? Like, wouldn't the wall just absorb it all?
Yes, but now that it's at 7, it will take the entirety
20 million damage.
20 million, and then it checks if it has 8 or more. So now you can give him +2 attack and just take it without blocking, and Ice Wall will eat it all. So would you like to do that?
Yeah.
All right. So he's coming in for 4, and you're stunned.
Of course.
Of course.
All right. The wall takes it.
All right. And then the wall's discarded.
The wall gets discarded, and then he gets a frostbite.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Morbius attacks me for 2. Yep, I take the 2. I'm down to 9. Pyro attacks you for 3, and his attacks deal indirect damage.
So I just take it.
So you can just take it. If you block, you can divvy that into the block, but otherwise you spread it out to whomever you want.
Ooh. This changes my play. No, I'll take it. Take 3.
Okay. Then I get a card, and you get a card. I get revealed the future weapon for him. So he gets overkill and +2 attack. And you get frozen in time again.
Of course.
Lucky you.
Future weapon. Where is it? Frozen in time. Future weapon. Where is it? There it is. Alright, I'm frozen. Once I exhaust, I stay exhausted. He gets future weapon. When Kang attacks, he gains overkill.
Yep.
And stunned if it hits us.
And you are now first player.
Good. Well, he's got tough.
Pyro doesn't.
Pyro doesn't, though. Firsties, we're going to... Yeah, I'm stunned. I am stunned. Need to get Professor X out. What's the stack limit on allies again?
3.
Ugh. I'm full. Count that out.
I'm going to use Aunt May and Uncle Ben to discard 2.
Yep.
Drew into all systems go.
So then I will Power Belt and Professor X to gain my Ice Slide. Gives me the +1/+1/+1. Then I will I need to get Pyro out of here. I'm going to attack, which will stun me, or take the stun off.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to X-Jet to stick-to-itiveness to ready.
Except you get rid of Frozen in Time instead.
Oh, that's right. So I gotta come up with another get ready. That's not what I wanted to hear, sir.
Sorry.
Fine, I had to go away eventually.
I mean, if you can put some damage into Morbius, then I can take out Pyro.
How much damage does Morbius have?
He has 6 health.
Okay. I will self-control. It is double the number of resources discarded if your identity has sustained less than 5 damage. I am currently at 11 out of a total of 14. So this will be 2 energy to play Chill Out. It thwarts. We will thwart the Bane for 3. Attach a copy of Frostbite to your Morbius. And then I will
Is this how you're dealing damage to him with that frostbite?
Yes, because then I will Snow Clone your Morbius for 2.
That is enough. I can take care of both of our guys now then.
Yep. Then I will
Take out a tough.
Yeah, I will Angel a tough.
Okay.
He takes a damage. Then I will Colossus for 3. He takes 2.
That 3's going to Kang.
3's going to Kang.
Okay. 37.
And that is... I just need 1 energy, dude. That's fine.
Sorry,
That's my go.
I've milled Helicarrier twice.
I think I'm gonna discard Chill Out.
Okay.
Removes threat and attaches a frostbite, but I think I would rather draw another card.
Yeah.
That's my go.
All right. Ready for this silliness?
Yep.
Always. So Morbius is stopping me from using these as resources, so I'm going to use Host Spider to ready. And then my 2 attack and Fluid Web Compressor of 2 attack makes 4. So I swing into Morbius without having generated resources, and Morbius is dead. Frostbite goes away. Alright. Now we've got some resources to work with. So let's use 3 of those and across the Spider-Verse for Symbiote Suit, because we're crazy.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to use Ejection Protocol for All Systems Go, which will ready all of my interfaces here. So then Host Spider is going to ready me. And then... Symbiote Suit, I gain 10 health. Yep, that's pretty good.
Nice.
And then it's +1 to each stat and +1 hand size. But it gives
Such
us
a crazy card.
an extra hazard. But
That's fine.
at this point, it's not going to matter. So then I guess I will get at Pyro for 5 to take him out.
Yep. He's gone.
And then I may as well use the Spider Command and this to draw a card. Scarlet Spider. I don't have enough resources for that. Bummer, because I did Symbiote Suit instead of that. That's fine.
I wonder if... Hold on here. I exhausted X-Jet for a wild. Nope. I paid that for stick-to-itiveness. Never mind.
Okay. I'm going to keep this Scarlet Spider for next hand. But that is it for me.
All right. I get to ready up.
So we ready. I draw to 4 because my hand size is increased. Yeah. Alright. Up to bad guy. 3 threat on the main scheme. You are the active player, so he's coming at you for 4. Do you want to have +2 to that, or add a threat to the main scheme?
So he's coming at 2
and
minus
minus
1 with
one.
frostbite.
Yeah. And then +2 with future weapon. So it's he's coming at you for 3 so far, but then you have to decide for threat or attack.
I'll let him attack because I'm going to let Angel take it.
He does have overkill with the future weapon.
That's right.
Ooh, I know what we should do. We should have me block for you. Yep, because I have...
You draw a card.
I have a lot of stuff. So let's give him +2.
Yep.
Because we're going crazy. I will defend for 4 on his attack on you.
Yep.
So he's coming in for 5 and boost. 7. I'm blocking 4, so I take 3. I'm down to 16 health. Future weapon is gone. Frostbite is gone. Now he is attacking me for 2. I will do the +1, and then I'll just take this attack for 3. Oh, I should have... Yeah, that's fine. 1, 2, 3. was going to say that would have been the time to +2 and then have Angel go in front of that one. But it's fine. We'll do that next time. That's what I had been thinking when I started talking and then forgot by the time I got there. Alright, card for you, card for me, extra card for you. Macrobots for you. And Evil Alliance. Each Nemesis minion in play activates against you. If no minions activated this way, place 3 pursuit counters on Pursued by the Past. Okay.
Fine.
And Energy Blast. When revealed, hero, Kang attacks you. Hey, should we +2 and throw Angel in front of this?
Yep.
Alright. 2, 4, 6.
He's dead.
Thank you,
Way
Angel.
dead. Yep.
Appreciate you. Then I get first player. And away we go. Okay, so what are we going to do here?
When a card says ready and ally, does that include yours?
Yes. I just currently don't have any.
Right.
So we're going to pay 1 for limitless stamina to ready. Are you able to handle your macrobots?
4 damage. And retaliate.
I'll Aunt May, Uncle Ben.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be getting mine for sure.
Okay, question. How do you feel about this? Since I would theoretically have my deck list, like I could look up the deck list and look through all of the discard to see what these 2 cards are. Because I can potentially discard them and put, like, spider cards in hand. How would you feel about me looking at these cards, and then I would just shuffle them back if I don't use this?
Sure. I mean, you're going to look it up either way.
Yeah. Alright. So that would not be worth using Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Okay. Then, in that case, I want to go 2, 4, 5 into Kang. Bring him down to 32.
Yep.
And then I think I'm going to do 3 and this for 4 for Scarlet Spider. Play only if I control a Web Warrior, which I do. As an interrupt, when you would reveal an encounter card, name a card type, then look at that card. If that card is the named type, deal 1 damage to Scarlet Spider and draw a card. I am going to, because I tend to forget, like, when flipping things over, I'm going to full-time say obligation, that when an obligation gets flipped over as an encounter card,
Yep.
I can take a damage and draw a card. Okay?
Yep.
Alright. Then I'm not going to attack with him, and that is me.
Okay. Macrobots, they need to go. So we are going to I'm gonna Iceman into 2.
You have Ice Slide for 3?
3. Yep. I take a damage. Then
And he Frostbit.
he frostbit. I take that back. I will. Do I take that back? No, we'll keep it. Okay, and then. And then I will snow clone to take him out.
Okay.
He's gone. Frostbite comes off. Here. I'm going to team building exercise, X-Jet, triage. Heals 2 off of a X-Men. That gives Colossus another round.
Nice.
Then I will Power in All of Us and Energy to get Avengers Mansion out.
Solid.
I don't know if I really need the card right now. I'm not too worried about that. I still think I do it.
Do you hang on?
Sorry. Yep.
Before you draw your card, what are your potential things with the card draw? Because based on what I have, if I drew a card, I could discard it to ready a thing, which would ready me, and I could attack for 3, or thwart for 4 and get rid of all the threat.
I would let you take it then.
Okay.
Because I'm really just banking on an ice card that's 2 energy, and a lot of them are already gone.
Gotcha. So if I draw a card, it's clear the
Yep.
area. I can use Spider Command and discard a card from hand to ready an interface, which I can use to ready me. And what do we think? Attack him for 3 or... Nah, we'll thwart. Heroic Intuition is +1, Symbiote Suit's +1, so that thwarts for 4. That gets rid of all that.
Yep. Then I will spend get ragey, ready an ally. Sorry, take that back. Shoot. I don't want Colossus to die, but we're gonna do it.
Yeah, that would yeah.
Yeah, let's hit him for 3.
Okay.
Down to 29.
Mm-hmm.
Get ragey. Ready an ally. That ally gets +1 attack until the end of the phase. He's already had 2.
Man, it's too bad you can't
Damage.
use that for Snow Clone.
I mean, I could.
But I mean, for if he had a Frostbite on him, then Snow Clone could get in for 5.
But it would still keep Colossus off for another round, so it might actually still be better. It's just going to kill my Snow Clone.
No, I meant... I meant if you had Frostbite on Kang, then Snow Clone would be like the ideal target for that card.
Sure. I still wonder if I should ready him either way here.
Oh, and then have Snow Clone get in for 3. That way you keep both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems alright.
Yeah, let's do that. So he still gets hit with 1, but he'll do another 3.
This is down to 26.
26. And that's my go.
Okay.
Actually, no. I can attack with triage for 1.
25.
Then that is my go.
All right. We ready up. 1, I get a face down and counter card.
Deal my cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
2, 3, 4, because symbiote suit. All right. Then we're up here. 3 goes on the main scheme. Kang is attacking toward me.
I have not my responsibility. It's an interrupt when any amount of threat would be placed on the scheme. Take damages. Okay, we're not ready. Never mind.
I'm going to put 1 on here, and I'm going to defend for 2. I get attacked for 3. Take 1 damage. It's okay. He's attacking you for 2. What do you want to do?
I will let I'll let the snow clone take it.
You sure? Triage is down to 1 hit point also, right?
Yes. Yeah, you're right. I'll let Triage take it.
All right, so you're going to give him the +2 to the attack?
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
2 for Triage takes 6.
Yeah.
All right, then I get a card, you get a card, and then I get another card because of Symbiote Suit. All right, Temporal Shield. He's got shield.
He's shielded.
Chitari Soldier. And Sinister Strike. Uh-oh. Hero, place 1 pursuit counter on pursued by the past. Then if it has any counters, the villain attacks you. Crap. Yeah, none of these were obligations also for Scarlet Spider, of course. So we added to the 4th, and now Kang attacks me.
Want my snow clone to take it?
I mean, I'm at 12 health. He's at 25. How much can I do here? I can only do 10 on my turn. I'll just add 1 to the main scheme, and I'll just take the attack.
Okay.
It's 4. Down to 8. Alright, your card is Rampage.
Rampage.
When defeated, discard till you hit a minion. It's got a 4 on it. First player passes to you.
4 threat. Set up here. He's got a shield. Rampage is out. Let's get another snow clone out. I'm gonna belt that. It doesn't matter. Clone's out. Then we'll Genius into Cryokinetic Perception after you resolve your freeze ability. So really just attaching a frostbite. I draw a card. If it's an ice trait, I can ready. Let's do some stuff. Let's attack for... No. Let's thwart for 2 on Rampage.
Okay.
Then I'm going to X-Jet to Stick to Ready. To then wonder if I should attack. I think that's probably important here.
If you get in at Kang, you'll get rid of the shield, take 1 damage, but you'll put frostbite on him, and then both snow clones can get at him.
That's what I was thinking, right? So I'm going to attack Kane. Takes off the shield. It's frostbite.
And you take 1.
I take 1.
You've resolved freeze.
I resolve freeze.
So you draw a card.
Exhaust to draw. Well, Avenger Mansion to draw. Beautiful. Beautiful. I will then belt and strength to Ice Blast your board.
Is Ice Blast an ice card?
Yes.
Then that readies Iceman.
It does. Wait, why is it ready?
From your cryokinetic, that thing? Yeah. You resolved freeze, so it caused you to draw a card. And then, which was the card you're holding. Yep. And if it's an ice card, it readies...
Oh, that's right, that's right. So he's ready. But then we're going to spend that and this to choose your board.
Okay.
To then give a frostbite to not only Kang, but then your Century soldier.
And then
each
3 damage.
Does 3 damage each. So he's dead.
Nice. Oh, and Kang takes 3.
And Kang takes 3. Okay. Then Snow Clones are going to hit Kang for 2. Taking no damage. Other clone's going to do 2, taking no damage. Down to 18.
Mm-hmm.
And then... I think that's all I got. I keep Colossus to take some damage.
Iceman going in for another 3. And Frostbite?
3 and Frostbite. Down to 15 and a Frostbite.
That's pretty good.
Then I flip. Because then I can draw into ice cards.
And you lose Ice Slide.
I do lose Ice Slide.
But that could be a target, right?
That happens first. So then I could get that back. Yeah, that's my turn. So if you want to go ahead and I'll...
All right. So I'm going to Aunt May and Uncle Ben for 2. Neither of those. Then I'm going to do these 3 different resources for Spider-Man because I have to pay the 3 different resources. After Spider-Man attacks or thwarts, then I choose another Web Warrior to ready. 15. So let's attack in. Yeah, attack for 2. Drops Kang to 13. Spider-Man takes a damage. It readies Spider Suit. I'm going to use Web Fluid Compressors and attack with Spider Suit for 2, 4, 5 with Symbiote Suit. 3, 4, 5. Bring him down to 8. Then I'm going to use Host Spider to ready, and then attack for another 3. Boop, boop, boop. Bring it down to 5. I'm going to do Spider Command and spend a chance encounter to ready Host Spider. And use Host Spider to ready Spider Suit and attack for 3.
Yep.
Bring him down to 2. And then I have Scarlet Spider to attack for 2.
Yes.
And we'll Exaxes that bad boy.
Okay.
Victory.
That was sweet.
So that was Kang. He takes a long time because like the first phase feels like there's a lot of stuff that's coming at you quick as you're trying to build up your board. But then the getting kicked to different sections is super cool, and then coming back for the final fight is just awesome.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
So that's Kang. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out with us for this. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back next time with some more something. I don't know what we're going to play next. Maybe more of this, maybe something else. Who knows? Who knows? But we'll see. But yeah, thanks for hanging out though. Until then, keep on gaming.
See ya.